everybody, this is Lola Butterfly with the Hallyu Misfits, and welcome to our very first artist feature. With the way the K-pop industry is going, we thought it would be a fantastic idea to introduce music lovers to artists who are doing great things but are not getting the proper recognition. So let's start with a man who has been making quite a buzz on the mainstream level but still has yet to get the proper dues. Dumbfoundead. Known for hits such as Safe, Harambe, and the viral hit Itjima by Keith Ape, where he was featured alongside of A$AP Ferg, Father, and Waka, and for also featuring on songs with Jay Park, Simon D, Josh Pan, and G2, Dumbfoundead is a seasoned rapper who's been in the game for over 10 years. From battle rap to releasing his own albums, Dumbfoundead is no newbie to hip-hop. He has been involved in the hip-hop scene since the tender age of 10. Pretty similar to a lot of us out there. He has also collaborated with artists such as Timothy De La Ghetto, aka Traffic, Toki Monsta, Far East Movement, Anderson Paak, aka Breezy Lovejoy, and Epic High, just to name a few. He appeared in a documentary called Bad Rap, which premiered back in April at Tribeca Film Festival, which includes fellow rappers Rex Steezy, Lyrics, and Aquafina. It is about the lack of Asian American representation in the music industry. When Dumbfoundead isn't in the studio, he runs a concert venue in Ktown with Toki Monsta and Far East Movement called Spam and Eggs. They've had a lot of well-known artists perform, with more to come. One of those artists who's well-known in the K-pop community is Dean, who did a show back in June. Dumbfoundead has gotten into acting with the movie Detention in 2007 and recently appeared in 4 episodes of Power playing Dylan Shin, a gangster's son. Now that we know a little more about Dumbfoundead, let's go ahead with some questions and answers from the Hallyu Misfits on his career over the last 10 years.
Okay, Misfits, let's sound off. Question 1. Who is Dumbfoundead and why should you know him?
The one thing I can say is hip-hop is hip-hop. Yes, there's different levels of it, but I think what Dumbfoundead is he's on a level where he can relate to a lot of different people. There's nothing about him that really puts him in a one category. Like, you know, some people don't like how what do they call it, the mumble rap. Like, a lot of people are complaining hip-hop is bad now and they want, you know, the radio to be better. I'm like, well, if you're complaining about the music, definitely look into Dumbfoundead. Like, there's nothing about him that makes him or anyone of, you know, Asian descent, you know, so different that only, you know, another Asian person is able to understand what they're talking about. I mean, hip-hop, in my opinion, doesn't matter the ethnicity. I mean, if you can bring it, you got the lyrics, you got the bars, you got a beat, then, you know, go for it. I mean, of course, there's some people that do suck, and, you know, you can kind of tell that it's a little more forced, but I think Dumbfoundead is natural at it. I mean, I've seen, you know, a lot of people get into the hip-hop community, and they're not black, you know, they're white. There's a lot of, you know, Latino and Hispanic people that are now into the hip-hop scene, and that's, what, over 20 plus years? So I really don't understand what the issue is right now, you know, with Dumbfoundead or anyone on his team getting into the hip-hop industry. He's obviously proves himself with his battles. You know, there's nothing different with his music. Yeah, he might tone it down a little bit, you know, but of course you have to. I mean, that's, you know, you're making a song. It's not the same. I mean, he has, you know, a great way of telling his story, and I know that's something part of hip-hop. You know, he has great lyrics. His flow is good. His beats are always dope. Like, one of my favorite from Big Banana, which is Mijangwon. That one is like one of my all-time favorites. There's Mellow Yellow. You know, there's nothing wrong with his music, and I would really appreciate if y'all would just take the time instead of judging somebody based on how they look. You know, like, I see that all the time online where there's a post from, you know, Mike B, and everyone's complaining about, oh, he's Asian, oh, he practiced that. No, alright? Like, white rappers are doing it, Hispanic and Latino rappers are doing it. You know, obviously black rappers are doing it. You know, I don't see what the issue is. Another thing I do love about Dumbfoundead is that he does bring it back to the community. Like, he has Spam and Eggs with Toki Monsta and Far East Movement, and I really love the fact that they are bringing in different artists of, you know, a variety of backgrounds onto their stage and just repping. like they're really killing it and they're doing their thing. It doesn't matter if they're Asian or white or black, like they're allowing them to showcase their talents, and I really wish the community would do the same.
All right, folks, Dumbfoundead, DFD, for those who don't know yet, is obviously he's an Asian American rapper. He had, as far as I know, he started off doing battle raps and just blowing everyone's minds, and from there he decided to keep at it, and he's been doing it on his own, writing his own lyrics, doing his own thing, and I don't understand why he's not getting the recognition. I really don't. I mean, like I said, I've only been listening to Dumbfoundead a little under a year, but he is doing what I feel that every artist should do, and he is honestly one of the few rappers that I know in general that is still doing this, and he's telling his story, he's sharing his story, he's recording the times, and I wish there were more artists that were doing what he's doing right now. So from my point of view, I feel like Dumbfoundead is one of those artists that you want to know, you just don't know it yet.
Is Dumbfoundead's music different from today's rappers or any rapper 10 years ago?
I believe he is pretty different compared to mainstream rappers today. A lot of his music conveys a message which I think is missing in rap. Save for artists like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, today's rap has no substance, which I believe he has. The airwaves are really saturated with mostly party rap, which I feel that we need more conscious rappers like the ones I mentioned before and Dumbfoundead to give us that balance of party and real world issues. There's nothing wrong with party music, but when the airwaves are being saturated with nothing but, it starts to get a little bland. And so we need artists like Dumbfoundead to spice it up a little bit.
What are your favorite songs from Dumbfoundead that should be on the radio right now?
I'll have to stick with a lot of my top favorites from Dumb, even though he does have a lot of stuff. There's going to be Clear. It's really smooth. The video, if you just watch it, I love it. It has a really cool, like old school East Coast hip hop feel to it. Cellphone with Anderson .Paak and Wax, that one is really good. Anderson .Paak was actually going by Breezy Lovejoy back then. It's a really lighthearted and fun song without, being overly vulgar or cliche. The video is fun. Definitely watch it. You'll see a cool cameo from Tim De La Ghetto in there. There's Be Right Back, another really smooth song like Clear. The video, I love it. There is Mellow Yellow, that is gold. Like, that's one of my top replay songs. I will rewind it just before it ends, just so I can get back into jamming. Like, my fiance will get annoyed because I will literally play it all day. I would definitely love the music video if that ever happens. There's Mijangwon. It's dope. That's another one I will rewind and rewind and rewind. Dummy always gets some banging beats. His friends, his producer friends, like, they are skilled. Like, that is my top song right there. The video is crazy. Kids could definitely, the community could really get into that one. The way things are going right now with hip hop. That's one of his more, I'd say, grimy type songs. I love it. I mean, we also have to consider Safe and Harambe, not just because they're new, but because they're really relevant with what's going on right now. And unfortunately, people don't really understand the context of those songs, either because they don't want to care or they just want to focus on, partying and having fun. And I understand there's a time to do that, but at the end of the day, you really got to connect with the message. Same thing with his other song, Bullets and Truth. It is an older song, but unfortunately, it is still relevant to what's going on today. All these songs I mentioned, there's nothing wrong with them. I think they're really dope. I mean, just give them a shot. Look at the videos, if there is one, put it on repeat a few times and really just get into it. All right, we have one last question. Who would you like to see Dumbfoundead collaborate with?
Up first is Yumi Ray. As far as collaborations with Dumbfoundead, I mean, he's a fan of her work, she's a fan of his work, and I'm a fan of both of their works. So I just naturally would want to see what they would be able to come up with in the studio together. I think it would be a banger. Next is Slick Rick, and if you don't know who this man is, I'm telling you to go to Google right now and look him up. He is a pioneer of storytelling in the hip hop and rap community, and I would love to just see what him and Dumbfoundead could do together. Now, the next one is definitely a wild card. This is Mamamoo, in case y'all aren't aware. It's a girl K-pop group. They got 2 rappers, and I think that the group would benefit more on their skill set by working with someone like Dumbfoundead. And I think from Dumbfoundead working with them, he would be able to reach more of a fan base that he normally wouldn't be able to reach out to, and that is why I picked them. And overall, I am pretty impressed with myself for coming up with these 3 artists to work with Dumbfoundead on future collabs. Let's see what happens, people.